possible in other teams. You are both my case. No happening. Are you there? Get my up, marvelous. Saka, I'm more than Saka. You must get my up, and you hear it's from my then. And what never back or let us see another day free. I'm one that's so I have to celebrate. Never go by you, say the door, yeah. Never get by you, say the door, yeah. My boom, we are one at you. The passer, your family, the cow, you are very wrong. For my leave up one shot. I never from what you want and they track it from where I am. What does it was say to and if you need to let me know if you say my body. You are chill, shaka, of your message here more. Sunday, we call it Sunday. My story, when chicken say, go, so I said.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime unfolding, don't take law in your hands or the right authority. Really can't take care of it. Come stop by here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a you must talk it. I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see I don't keep it. You must part to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the scourge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be saved. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to further damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smartwood Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever location jumping till the break of dawn. Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Garland Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Easy, when you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, so going deep and deeper. Put it to Ichiki. Be a living sense in her.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum needs. We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba and Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Garnersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Sigma Compound on the Bushra Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886 512 379, 0777 512 379, or 0777 255 030, or email us Mayoba, MAYOUBAHS @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba and Sons, Liberia's pride.
Well, folks, we want to say a very pleasant good morning again. It's good to be back on the midweek edition of the program from the print news here on Freedom Communications Incorporated. My name is Esther Daku, and I'm here with Gus and Wendell. Good morning, Wendell.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning, our listeners.
Gus.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Liberia. Gus Palmer. Glad to be here.
Okay, so.
All right, so that's it. We want to welcome you. Today is Wednesday, the midweek, and we like to welcome you to the midweek edition of the program from the print news, brought to you by Crime Stoppers Liberia, Exodus Best Price Store on Garland Street and Old Road Smart Road Junction, and Mayoba and Sons Incorporated. Today, again, we're going to be sharing with you the online versions of Front Page Africa newspaper and the Daily Observer. So we now take our very first story from the Front Page Africa newspaper. And it says here, Front Page Africa uncovers Justice Ministry grants compassionate leave to convicted former Chief Justice Gloria Musso-Scott. Front Page Africa has reliably gathered that the Ministry of Justice has granted compassionate leave to convicted former Chief Justice Gloria Moses-Scott. Justice Moses-Scott, 70, along with 3 female relatives, was sentenced to life in prison for the brutal murder of her niece, Chalo Musu. The conviction was delivered by Judge Roosevelt Woolley of Criminal Code A, following a juror's decision which found Moses-Scott guilty of orchestrating the intentional and malicious infliction of severe bodily injuries on her 29-year-old niece last June. The victim sustained wounds to her chest, right hand, left side, and left armpit, inflicted with a sharp instrument believed to be a knife. Moses-Scott's legal team, led by lawyer Augustine Fayard, has since filed an appeal to the Supreme Court. However, Justice Moses-Scott and her relatives are currently held at the Monrovia Central Prison, awaiting the Supreme Court to hear the appeal case. Documents seen by Front Page Africa show that Justice Scott requested permission to visit her home, which was reportedly burglarized in a series of communications between the Director of Prisons, Sinlese Queda, and officials at the Ministry of Justice. Front Page Africa gathered that Moses-Scott's request was considered compassionate leave and granted by the ministry. It is not clear when Justice Moses-Scott made the request. However, in one of the communications obtained by Front Page Africa, dated May 20, 2024, Silensi Kwada, Director of Prison at the Bureau of Corrections and Rehabilitations, informed Councillor Ahadi Swalilo Isese, County Anthony of Montserrat County, that the request was granted. The communication raises the concern for inmate Gloria Moses-Scott to be provided an escorted visit to make an appropriate inventory of losses and damage done to her home by intruders. Quada said, in this regard, the Office of the Director of Prisons hereby considers the communication as a request for compassionate leave by inmate Gloria Moses-Scott, jointly convicted and sentenced to life on January 9, 2024 by Judge Roosevelt Woolley of Criminal Code A for the crime of murder, criminal conspiracy, and false report to law enforcement officials. In another letter addressed to Councillor Massa Jalaba, the Deputy Minister for Administration at the Ministry of Justice, dated June 11, 2024, Quada requested the sum of US $226,000 to provide an escort. There's an escort to $226 to provide an escort for Justice Moses-Scott. We present our compliments and request your indulgence and approval for funds for an escort team of correction and LMP officers to undertake the compassionate leave requested by inmate Gloria Moses-Scott to visit her home to conduct an appropriate inventory of losses and damage done by intruders. In view of the above, we request your approval of $226,000. Okay, that's 226,000 United States dollars to carry on the exercise. It is not yet clear how long she will be out of prison and whether she will come out along with her 3 siblings. And so that's it. That's the story there on the online version. All right, Justice Ministry grants compassionate leave to convicted former Chief Justice Gloria Moses-Scott. This too is Liberia. All right, so let's get to more stories from the online version of Front Page Africa. Let's take our next story. And another story here says, Ruling Unity Party pressuring central bank to employ partisans. All right, so that's another story. Let's get few lines from there. And it says here, despite the bad state of Liberia's economy, Front Page Africa has in its possession a list of partisans of the ruling Unity Party recommended to the governor of Central Bank of Liberia for employment, a move that will further blunt the size of government at a time of general clamor for cutting down on the cost of governance. In the communication sent to Aloysius Talu dated April 23, 2024, UP's chairman Luther Tape approved the names of 13 persons, bringing the total number of recommended parties for faithfuls to 32 for appointment at the Central Bank of Liberia. Front Page Africa gathered. He also gathered that is not the only place that Tape, board chair of the National Port Authority, has recommended partisans of the party for jobs after rumors surfaced on social media of him recommending the appointment of 43 persons in total at the Liberia Petroleum Refinery Company, Ministry of Labor, and the Ministry of Finance, respectively. Bouakar's predecessor, George Weah, was criticized for appointing partisans of his coalition for democratic change into government, even in an economy that was already nosediving into a recession during the Weah administration. It was reported that the CBL was pressured to employ all of the CDC partisans that were recommended by the party. Then Executive Governor Nathaniel Petrie infamously admitted that he received a list of people from the CDC for employment. The Unity Party, while in opposition, said the former president's decision to bloat the government's payroll was the main reason the country was faced with revenue to cope with the requisite infrastructure and salaries commitments. It is not clear, all right, Front Page Africa gather, it is not only Tape who is recommending partisans to government ministries and agencies, many including Bone County Senator Prince Moy, Monserrata County Senator Abraham Darius Dillon, Pro Tempore Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence, among others. Liberians said they had expected that the prevailing economic climate would compel governments at all levels to seriously cut down the cost of governance by scrapping or merging ministries and departments that could effectively handle the various sectors of government. That way, they added, governance would be smarter and more result-oriented. Apart from the huge amount that will be spent in servicing this crowd of political appointees in a debt-riddled economy, political pundits say Unity Party's manner of over-bloating the government is bound to elicit other consequences down the road ahead. And another story says, yes, some Liberians are requesting why the government continues to get bloated with partisans of the Unity Party when the country is among the top 10 poorest countries in the world, according to Global Finance Magazine 2024. So that's it. You're listening very well to the readings so you can make your input. We jump to another story, and this has to do with Senator Snow request to rejoin National Patriotic Party. Bowman County Senator Edwin Melvin Snow has requested to rejoin the National Patriotic Party. Snow was a founding member of the NPP and played a major role in the election of former President Charles Taylor when he served as the first chairman of the Patriotic Youth Council, the party's youth wing. However, after Taylor's departure, Snow was among a group of MPP members who disassociated from the party. He ran as an independent candidate in the 2005 general elections and won a seat in Montserrat County, eventually becoming Speaker of the House of Representatives in the 52nd legislature. After serving as the representative of Montserrat District Number 6 for 2 terms, he switched to Bomi County, where he won a legislative seat on the Unity Party's ticket. 3 years later, he contested as an independent candidate and won a senatorial seat in Bomi County. In his letter to current MPP chair George Moba, Snow recounted his role in the MPP up to his departure. It will interest you to note that while serving the party over those years, I adhered firmly to the principles and values of the institution and espoused the party's vision for a better Liberia where, above all else, the dignity of the people will be held in the highest regard, he said. According to him, during his time away from the party, he closely followed the activities of the MPP and developed great admiration for the courage and steadfastness of all its stalwarts. In view of the above, Mr. Chairman and members of the Executive Committee, I respectfully request that my application for membership renewal in the National Patriotic Party be considered favorably, he wrote. Front Page Africa has gathered that the MPP hierarchy has welcomed Senator Snow's desire to return to the party and convened a meeting on Sunday to grant his request. FP had learned that the announcement regarding Snow's request and other major decisions made by the party officials will be announced today. Snow had earlier hinted at his possible return to MPP. And so far, so good. Let's take some more stories. Let's take one more story, and then we'll send controls to Esther for the continuation. All right, so we can now take, it says, Internal Audit Agency deployed at the Ministry of State for the first time since the agency's establishment. Okay, so it's right here, and we can take few lines from there. Just one more story, then Esther will come in with the Daily Observer online version. The Office of the President of Liberia has, for the first time ever, invited the Internal Audit Agency and approved the deployment of an internal auditor from IAA who will supervise, direct, and control all internal audit activities at the ministry. Of State for Presidential Affairs. According to an internal memorandum in the possession of this paper, under the signature of Anthony Cornelia Crow, Toba, Deputy Minister for Administration at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, the Internal Audit Agency staff will commence duties effectively Monday, June 10. The memorandum further requires heads of departments at the ministry to accord the internal auditor or require courtesy in the discharge of official duties. Credible sources close to the Ministry of State have indicated that this is the first time that the Office of the President is accepting an internal auditor to be deployed since the establishment of the Internal Audit Agency in September of 2013. So far, so good. We can stop right here and send controls to Esther to bring us more development from the online version of the Daily Observer newspaper.
Okay, the online version is right on my index, and we're going to see some lines from here. It says, water everywhere, we have nowhere to go. And that's a flawed issue. Yeah, we saw what the rain did recently. We want to bring you some lines from this story, and then we can follow up more stories from the online version of the Daily Observer. Okay, so this says Monrovia in virus floods over one. Monrovia in virus destroys environment. That's for short.
Yeah, environments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Destroys Butor Public School in Nima. Is that Butor? B2 or I think it should be B2 or Butor. I don't know. School in Nimba. Okay, it says the voice on the line remained calm, devoid of panic, yet hinted at underlying distress. The caller expressed a desire to speak with the editor. Is this a senior editor of the Daily Observer newspaper? She asks, with a response in the affirmative. She continues, this is Esther Bogbar, a resident of Omega community. Can you people please send a reporter here? The floods have taken over our homes. The water is entering everywhere and we have nowhere to go. We don't even know where we will sleep tonight. We need help. Please send one of your reporters to us. The voice of Madam Bogbar pleaded from the Omega community in Pinsville, one of the worst flood hit areas in Monrovia and its environs. The 56-year-old is a mother of four. She has 7 grandchildren. She is a market woman who sells at red light. She tells the Daily Observer that her 3-bedroom house has been swallowed up by the flood and her grandkids have nowhere to lay their heads. My kids got nowhere to sleep tonight, and I do know that I don't know what to do. Our mattresses are soaked and everything in the house has been taken over by water. This is too much for me. She practically cries out. Like the distress caller from Pinsville, residents of several communities in Monrovia and its environs have been made homeless as a result of heavy downpours. The past 2 days, communities affected include Central Monrovia, St. Paul Bridge, Doe Community, Chocolate City, and Single, among others. Homes and businesses or business centers in these areas, thank you, in these areas are already overwhelmed by floods. The flood caused significant material damage and severe transport problems. Flooding as a result of the heavy downpour accompanied by the storm has also affected parts of neighboring Margibi and Bomi counties as well as Nimba and Grand Bassa counties. Residents in various communities are expressing limitation over the filling of drainages with dirt, causing water to enter their homes. Elijah Twe, a flood victim and resident of Claretown, highlighted that for the past 4 years, the residents have been unable to clean the drainages, resulting to flooding that has forced them to seek shelter elsewhere. Twe mentioned the loss of belongings due to the flood, prompting affected individuals to relocate to temporary shelters at neighbors' houses. Additionally, some residents were spotted relocating their personal effects to several locations in Pinsville and Bushville Island. Water has taken over our homes and we have nowhere to go. A distressed resident said on social media on Tuesday, we cannot continue life like this. Our government needs to help us solve this problem once and for all. The dumping of dirt into drainages by residents exacerbated flood-related challenges in some communities. The encroachment on wetlands by residents is also a major problem. People have been building in the swamps around our area here, and I think this is one of the reasons why we are suffering like this today. Madam Boba told the Daily Observer via telephone. We have not been facing this problem in this part of the community where I live. I've been here for more than 10 years, and it is just in recent years that flood is taking over our homes, all because people are drying up the swamps to build their homes. Sadly, the government does nothing about this. Exactly. So let's look at more stories. This is interesting. I think this should be one of our talking points today. Let's look at more story. Finance LRA orders on a Horse X-ray. Finance LRA orders on a horse X-ray. And the story is right here. Let's see a few lines. Just few paragraphs we're going to read out from this Capitol building, Monrovia, with a few days to the end of the mid-year. It seems that the House of Representatives intends to expose its investigative power, which encompasses reviews, monitoring, and supervision of agencies of government. In this regard, the House has announced its intention to scrutinize the finances of various government agencies, including the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, the Liberia Revenue Authority, the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, and others. This decision came after members of the House voted on June 11, that's on Tuesday, to investigate the revenue collection status and probe the Ministry of Finance and Development for allegedly violating the country's constitution by negotiating loans without proper legislative authorization. The House plenary has somewhat key figures, including James Doba Jala, Commissioner General of the LRA, Francis Numali, Minister of Internal Affairs, Wema Kamara, Minister of Finance and Development Planning, and Amos Toye, Managing Director of the LPRC, to appear before them on June 20 to provide information related to revenue collection, consolidated accounts, and bank balances. The summoned officials were asked to come along with their principal deputies. The LRA is expected to appear next week, Thursday, to provide information as it relates to a revenue collection status, while the Ministers of Finance and Development Planning and Internal Affairs are expected to provide information relating to the consolidated accounts and bank balances to validate reports that may be provided by the Liberia Revenue Authority in relation to the revenue collection. This move was triggered by a communication from Representative J. Melvin Cole of Bone County District 3, raising concerns about the borrowing of millions of dollars from EcoBank Liberia Limited by LPRC with a guarantee from the Minister of Finance and Development Planning. He added that the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Mr. Wema Kamara, be made to appear before this honorable plenary, along the Managing Director of the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, to explain why they should not be held in constitutional breach or violation of Article 34D, which states no loans shall be raised by the government on behalf of the Republic or guarantees given for any public institution, authorities, otherwise than by or under the authority of the legislative enactment. We will leave you there and look at more stories. New forest monitoring project launch. That's one of the stories here. Ex-Sierra Leone rebel commander sues advocates for wrongful persecution. And then ex-Sierra Leone rebel commander sues advocates for wrongful persecution. That's one of the stories there. This one says Purukwe Agro founder of Tugana for week-long study tour, and a National Railway Authority in sight. National Railway Authority in sight. Okay, we see the photograph of President Joseph Boakai. He's right here on attached to this story. It says President Joseph Nima Boakai is expected to sign an executive order to establish the Liberia National Railway Authority, marking a significant step towards enhancing and regulating the country's railroad infrastructure. This initiative aims to optimize the use of Liberians' strategic railroad assets for economic growth and national development. The government of Liberia owns several key railroad assets that are vital for our national infrastructure, said the draft executive order seen by the Daily Observer. These assets include the Yekepar Railroad, which runs from Yekepar in Nima County through Bone County to the Port of Buchanan in Grand Bassa County, the Bong Range concession to China Union, terminating at the Freeport of Monrovia, the Western Cluster also terminating at the Freeport of Monrovia, the Kavala Mining BHP Bellington Range from Upper Grand Bassa County in the Putu mining range in Grand Jita County. The National Railway Authority will also be a precursor to the Mush Harriet Liberty Corridor, a state-of-the-art rail. Infrastructure to be developed by the HPX running from the Mount Nimba in Guinea to a deep water port in the Grand Bassa County. This infrastructure will also be owned by the Liberian government with HPX as an anchor customer. The executive order, when signed by President Bouaka, will stand as an expression of the government's commitment to developing and enhancing these railroad assets to support the effort of minerals and other goods, thus benefiting the Liberian economy and its citizens. Let's leave you there and look up more story this morning. Let's see if we have more stories to bring you. It says Bauchico pollutes creeks, destroy homes. That's one of the stories right here. Maikibi residents make development proposal. And that's another one. And so far, fatal accident at the AML mines in Yekepar. And I think so far so good. Well, this story is an old one. It was put out since the 10th of June, but we'll take some lines from it just for the benefit of the audience. A young heavy-duty female driver dies. A young talented lady who was an operator of one of the ArcelorMittal Liberia's heavy-duty truck on June 6, 2024 died from a tragic motor accident at the iron ore mines in Yekepa. Rosalind Bobo, an operator of the articulated dump truck, which is commonly known as the Okla, is said to have died at about 5 a.m. while transporting ore from Mount Yewuli Ton. She reportedly lost control of the steering and went into the valley. Information gathered by the Daily Observer indicates the ADT truck she was operating somersaulted while she was coming down with ore and went into the valley. A source told the Daily Observer Rosalind's death caused a shock among employees, especially those who were on duty. Yewuliton is where AML is mining the direct shipment or DSO and is one of the steep mountains within the AML concession. The accident shocked many young employees of the AML and the entire Yekepa community, leaving the residents with mixed views. Many consider it an accident which normally happens at concession areas, but others believe that AML did not put safety measures in place, especially when it comes to roads leading to the mountain where mining is ongoing. Lamco paved the road up Mount Nimba, but we don't know why AML is paving the road up the mountains where mining is taking place, said one Arthur Lewer, a former Okla operator under the Lamco. Okla is hard to control because it is high up, and on operating it in slippery terrain is as dangerous, he said. If you apply brakes while coming down on slippery roads operating Okla, the mud will probably pull you, he said. In an obituary announcement, AML described Rosalind Bobo as one of the valued members of the ArcelorMittal team and was known for her dedication and commitment to her work. When they are so far so good, these are all of the stories we can take from the online version of the Daily Observer. Let's send controls to you.
Thank you very much, Esther. That was a splendid reading. And so we will take our break, get word from our sponsors, and when we come back, we're going to be hearing from Gus Korma. So let's go for our break.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum needs. We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba & Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Garnersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Sidman Compound on the Bushra Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886 512 379, 0777 512 379, or 0777 255 030, or email us Mayoba, MAYOUBAHS @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba & Sons, Liberia's pride.
What happened? Mama, you still do No, last boy. Hey, yes, the about 2 hours past. I go see what Mama, we are only down face.
For what's the blood?
What tablet, man, piece. What tablet, piece.
No,
brain. No, stop it. You can't do that. How you a brain human being? Let me know that Rosafi. Let me know that Rosafi. You tell human being you're a brain human being. Let's stop the kind of thing. If we catch criminal or somebody commit crime in our community or whatsoever, take that to the law or carry that to the nearby police station and report that to the police. Let the police themselves investigate and find out whether he right or wrong. Yesterday, I was coming from Keba. A brother walked on truck. I said, they said the truck hit the motorball ball. All the motorball men plus the keke men get and they say they want point the driver in the truck. It's wrong. Let's stop more violence. Maybe the accuser or somebody that you feel are criminal, they may not be criminal. But when you take that to the police station, based upon the police investigation, they will tell you that they made that criminal or not. Please, my people.
Who are you?
You policeman?
Are you a moppy?
Yeah, come here. You're going to ask me as I do. Yes, you're all right. As I was saying, let's stop that kind of thing. Take it to the law. You not get one right. Under the law, nobody right until the law can say you are right or wrong. Please, I beg you, my people.
Who say you?
If I say who tell you?
So say who?
So say oh man, same Zion. The man who get crime stopper. He the one say, I'm gonna tell you, nobody must take the law in the hand. Don't say they say in the mouth say, oh man, same Zion say, don't take the law in your hand. You have to come away. You want it was you who will be the first now to come attack me. Yeah, not you, yeah. Yeah, I feel you. Do. Hey, all the time there. Oh, man, I'm looking at that Jesus for you. Rabbi, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
He said, when you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, I'm going to put in Toto Ichiki. Rabbi, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
He said, when you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Thomas going deep and deeper, putting thought to each.
Welcome back to the program from the Print News. Let's now join Gus and hear from our man there in Chicago.
Yeah, Wendell, sorry I had to take off for a little bit, but I'm back. Some of the things that caught my ears before I left were, I think one of them was the
Gloria Scott case?
The compassionate leave of Gloria Musso Scott. Again, I'm not sure what the statute of Liberian law is as far as granting compassionate leave to a convicted murderer. It's not petty crime. It's not somebody died that like sometimes when I talk about compassion, right? Talk about a situation like that. Say you're in jail, your mom died. You're in jail, your child died. You know what I'm saying? But this person is convicted. People don't realize when you become a convicted criminal, you lose some of your rights, right? You lose a lot of stuff compared to ordinary people. So for me, I'm not sure, but I'm not a legal person. Maybe Omes M. Sion, wife Kevin, can help us here with something like this. Appointment of partisans, it's amazing. Like I said, my only disappointment in these things is one group go after the other group. But in the end, I always say, aren't those people Liberians? It should be, the argument should always be based on, are they really able to perform the job? And I'm sick of us in Liberia giving job to people just based on those things, like partisans or my friend's kid or whatever. In the developed world, this is why a lot of your people that can run away from here. They can come here to be working in a nursing home and get 2-3 degrees to come to Liberia. Because in Liberia, where there is not really a job description, right? In America, if you just put in any job, just look, there's a description, okay? If you qualify, you apply for it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, then you don't. Or you can apply for it and you will not get the job. They don't care if your name Gus Kwama, Wendell Nimlin, or whatsoever. But you see some of your people that can run over there, they sit here, they can't do really much for themselves. So they spend all of their time going to school. Because in America, you can take student loan. You don't have to pay it back when you go to Africa. You know what I'm saying? So that's what these people do. Because there is nowhere in the world where you get hired based on just because you are a partisan. No, it's based on what can you do for the institution. What can you do for the entity that you're applying to get a job for? You know what I'm saying? If you cannot do those things, you should not get a job, regardless of what party you're affiliated with or what religion or whatsoever that we use for qualifying people for jobs over in Liberia. I just think that's one of the reasons why we're behind. We don't get anything done because we're not hiring the qualified people. We're hiring our friends and families and associates. There was another thing about audits at, is it in Tanner Affair or was it the
No, the news is that they have deployed auditor at the office of the president for,
Yes.
according to they said, for that news that the very first time is happening since the establishment of Liberia to have an auditor in the office of the president.
That's fine. Again, you know why they're doing it? They're doing it because they're saying they can go after President Weah or whatsoever. But I don't care. Here's my thing. I think audit in every institution is necessary. You know, I totally believe audit in every institution is necessary. All it does is keep us accountable. All it does is it tell us what monies were spent and what they were spent for. You know, again, I don't think a president requesting, just like the legislature just recently, they just went on a trip, right? Retreat. We know how much they spent there. I mean, you can audit them. We'll just know how much they spent. We were just talking about $12 million, whatever. Yeah, $12 million. Okay. We can check that. We know why they got $12 million and where they're spending on all those things. So I think audit is good. I think it's a good one. I missed some of Esther readings. I'm not sure if there was anything there that I may have missed, but I think those are some of the ones that I really were interested in.
The floor issue was also mentioned.
Okay. Well, the flood issue again. We were online here. Everybody said, "Oh, let's give money to the legislature or the lawmakers because we trust our own lawmaker." Then, you know, $12 million could take care of a lot of flood issue, but each lawmaker getting 100,000, 200,000, they cannot take care of your flood issue in your community. That is just impossible. Again, this is where our thinking has to be beyond just microscopic, you know. So we gotta look bigger, like MAC instead of MIC, you know. So we gotta look bigger instead of smaller. So I mean, those flood issue has been there and it will continue to be there because again, we're not taking real stock of our issue and trying to resolve our issue systematically. We're just throwing peanuts here and there. You know, if you really want to take care of the drainage issue in Liberia, again, you have to invest a lot of money into drainage cleanup, opening those sewers. Let's think about it, Wendell, right? We had a whole wall. Those drainage systems have been in Liberia for probably over 100 to 200 years, right? No, not 200 years, at least 100 to 150 years.
Okay.
Okay. So really, that means even in the developed world, they have to start replacing some of those things. There are places today, those drainage pipe has already collapsed. That's just how it works. Don't forget, those drainage pipes were not PVC, which is like the plastic stuff that they use nowadays. Most of them were probably cast iron, and over time they decayed. So then you get tree roots, you get all those things that will grow inside of that. Because when it decayed, it just becomes mud. So tree roots and stuff will be able to evade that area. So the only way you can open it, you're gonna have to open a pipe, get in there with a camera, and see those sections that are there to at least replace those. By the way, that's what these people do in this place. They'll look at the camera, they see the blockage. That's what they do with open heart too, by the way. Look, the world has changed. When you go into surgery today, where I just came from this morning, almost everything that they do inside of the person's body is done via camera. They're not guessing anymore, okay? And only Liberia, you don't even do that. They still go in the cutting artery. Look, they open a small incision. They get in there with a camera. They look and see, okay, Wendell, this is the part that is bad. Okay, you know what? That's what we're gonna cut to get to that part. So we're not trying to think anymore. We're not guessing anymore. We have too many sophisticated equipments that we can use today to be able to solve a lot of our problems, including our brains. But we're just not using it in Liberia for some reason, you know? So that's where we are. You pick the topic?
Yeah. So, Wendell, I think I want to pick the topic today because this is something we always come and say. Yes, sir. I mean, this is lemon green. This is not yellow.
Wearing a lemon green.
Yeah.
You know, Gus.
Mine looks like yellow in the camera.
Gus got color problems. So
okay.
Yeah.
Because you got color problem. I didn't know that.
He's colorblind.
I tell you.
Go ahead.
So yeah, so the
Yeah.
issue,
Mhm.
Wendell, what I
Yeah.
think it's important today to talk about, is the issue of flood, because going forward, more communities are going to experience flood. If you in an area where you don't see water or flooding up in your yard, don't be too happy because it's coming to you also.
Mhm.
So this is something that is going to happen because Wendell, we build houses in this country without calling the requisite authority to ascertain whether
advise,
this
yeah.
place is
Mhm.
okay to build.
Yeah.
And this is one of the problems that we will continue to face. It's not just about people building or filling in the swamps to build houses there. There are lines that you build on, and it's going to affect everybody in a community. People will build on the alleys.
Yeah.
And there's no road to go to your house. So I think this entire thing comes back to government. That's why we have rules. That's why we have law enforcers. If these rules are on the book, why are we not implementing them? Why are we allowing people to just build their homes just anywhere? Because I purchased this land, I don't even look at the map to see whether this place is an alley for people to pass. And I just go and build my house, and I expect government to give me money the day they want to break it down.
Yeah.
Why should I even think about doing that? So until we can start coming to implement these laws and force these people, it's a mandate. You cannot build a house without getting the requisite authority to ascertain whether this place is okay to build there or not. We have to go right back to our drawing boards, or else this country is going to turn into a serious mess. When you go to Johnsonville,
Yeah.
people building on the alleys.
And-
See, everybody buying land, going to Johnsonville, everybody building on alleys, and they don't care. In a few years from now, that place is going to turn into a city, and it's going to affect everybody living there.
And Esther, to your point, what it does is that it affects the other people, because you have a passage for the water, and then you go and you blocked it. What do you expect? That water is no more going to run. That water will remain right there and just spray in the community. Houses that are very low to the ground, they get affected.
Exactly.
Those with high foundation, they ain't care.
They care. No, they will care because they
Yeah.
were walking the very water to get
Yeah,
out.
but I mean, if it's not going to go into walking into in the water and water entering your house. I mean, which one you would prefer? You see, so that's why it's good that when you see a passage for water, let me let my point.
Foundation will not last forever. When that water keep coming every day,
it's going to undermine. Exactly, it's going to undermine. Seriously. So you see, like the other day, I went somewhere in my old community, and then I saw the houses that were being affected by the flood. This go on Monday. The rain on Monday. Yeah. So I decided to go because somebody from the States called me to go and drop something off to one of their family members. So I decided to take the money, and then while there, this heavy downpour of rain came. And Esther, can you imagine? In less than 30 minutes, everywhere got flooded. So those people, the homes you see they living in there, it already falling down on them. All Zen shacks. And the very people that are in the area, they block the drainages, they block the, so what you're saying, if the government cannot step in, or those laws that are on the books are not enforced or implemented, the issue of flood, the National Disaster Commission will spend more money, or will always be,
Exactly.
Because
like we're looking at Central Town right now. This is already damaged with us.
Yeah.
Central Monrovia is damaged already. We cannot afford to have the other communities we're in, to have the
so
same
not
kind of
because
issue that
of
we
one
have here.
person, the entire community will get affected. Don't be because that person brought light in the area, so the person built on the alley, so everybody happy. So we can talk. That the man who brought light, or that the man who opened the road, we agreed. The man opened the road because he built a house there and he needs to get to his house because he have a car to get to his house. So he opened the road for everybody. It's a good thing. All right. Nobody is against development. But where you will develop your area to the detriment of the other people. Because if you would build on the alley, what you're doing there is you're creating problem. Like you see all the stores down Vietown. So the government need to sacrifice and break some of those stores down
Exactly.
and find a passage for the water to go, or else
Right.
you build roads that for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time the water is going to sit on the road,
Mm-hmm.
so what it does is that it undermines the quota, or So I don't know why we're doing this thing to ourselves. Like you said, we build, people build, and they don't call in the requisite authorities to advise them.
I'm not even sure who's responsible. Is it lanes and lane authority that are responsible for that?
No, I
institution is
think the
responsible for
Ministry
that?
of Public Works, the Ministry of Public Works,
Okay.
The
right?
ministry that's supposed to get yellow machine, Public Works.
Yeah, the Ministry of Public Works, they should have oversight responsibility. You see,
Yeah,
but
here's
how
the
many
thing,
of
though.
us, how many of us can build house now? Invite the fire
We
service.
should do it.
Even when you're building house now, like we went to, let me let my thought go. You will soon come in. We went to a program the other day. I went to MC somebody's wedding. Esther, can you imagine the hall does not have an exit route? So just in case of any fire outbreak, it's going to be a stampede. Everybody will be fighting to that door. How you would build an event center and you don't have an exit route? You see the problem? So even me now, who emceeing the program, there's some kind of fire car.
Go to the door.
I drop in that microphone there, I would chill it. So it's serious. The people in our country, Liberia, just an example for every other bad things that happen in the world. I don't know. Why are we treating our country like this? Now, why every time when we read the talk, when we take you back to time, then you say, oh, you can't forget about the olden days. But we agree that, after the war, a lot of people came into the city. That's why you see the city is densely populated.
Exactly.
But before the war, you have few people in the cities. The Monrovia was very clean.
Exactly, Window.
Monrovia was a very clean place.
Look
But
at
look at
what
Monrovia
the city
today.
is. You got zinc shots and all, zinc horses between us,
But
decent
listen.
building. You can imagine.
Yeah.
And the
but
people
problem
there,
is
you're
not
not winning from there.
the problem is not the congestion. The problem is still the regulation. See, the only reason why it was not magnified back then, there was less people. Because let's be honest,
Yeah.
if the system was enforced all along, no matter how many people you get, they're still going to be able to do the same thing. In America, the population still keep growing. In the rest of the world, the population keep growing. But what do they have in common?
But 20 years ago, the Chicago that you live in right now, 20 years, 30 years ago, Chicago was never like that. There was a lot of,
right. The population grow,
Exactly.
they add on. You see, that's the problem with
And that's why we are not doing it.
Exactly. But system, once you have a system, the increase, you just build upon the system. It's just like building house. That's how system is.
Yeah.
But what happens is, we were not using a system in Monrovia. Look, even your day, there was a few people that ran the system for a little bit. Once those people died off, look, I was in Vonjama district. I'm going to tell you this. I was a little boy. My grandfather was a surveyor. My other grand-uncle was the collector of LEC. I still remember my fathers, my cousins and them. They used to go with the old man to collect electricity fees in Vonjama district. Water fees in Vonjama district. People don't realize every time we come on here when we talk about it, in Vonjama, we have airborne water, electricity. We had one of the first hydro in the entire Liberia.
Yeah. Okay. Every home had a meter. Every home.
I saw meters, electric meter. I saw water meters.
Water meter. Yeah.
Okay. But those things were done because they were systematically done. Everything was fine. When people went to build their house, they used to ask. Guess where they used to go? There's a reason why there's city hall in every single county. That's where you're supposed to go and say, hey, I'm building my house. What kind of things do I need? Where do I connect my water sewage? Do you know every house? Instead of this whole how you call it, separate tank thing? Do you know that's one of the reasons why we got into this stuff we're in? Separate tanks are just for like far away homes. If you are in a city, there's supposed to be a major collecting ground, because what is a city? It's congested, right? You should not have enough property to be able to build a separate tank. This is why your house should be connected to a mean sewer line, which takes all of that sewage to a sewage processing area, and then that processing area is able to dispose of. That's how they make chemical fertilizers. They make all those things. You see,
That's true.
show me the sewage processing area we ever had in Liberia. You see what I'm saying? They say we had system, but we really did not have quite the system. You see what I'm saying? So all we did was all of our sewage was just going to the ocean. That's why you have Buzekota and them. Anybody that live in Buzekota will tell you, right? The open sewage is going straight through.
Yeah.
Okay. The ocean cannot do it. Also, when the population grew, where do you think the stuff is gonna go?
So that's the problem with Liberia. You know, we're not improving as things, you know, increase.
Population.
Yeah, as the population increase, Liberia stay the same. So we just kind of every time you see the place is kind of densely populated. See Monrovia City today. Everybody want to be in Monrovia City. All right, so that's it. Monrovia is still the same 20, 30 years back. The same Monrovia, and to your point, in this modern age and time, in our city, they got zinc shack. Ratting zinc shack. No, that zinc shack. And when you see, when you enter, you say, yeah, that zinc shack here, but a modern or concrete house.
Exactly.
You get ratting zinc houses, then by the fine buildings there. So what the Ministry of Public Works doing? All the people who are responsible, why are they keeping these makeshift building in the city center? Why are they doing it?
And there at the back of Connect.
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah.
Go at the back.
Yeah.
I went to a
What's the quarter
recording
there?
studio down there. You wouldn't believe it.
You myself went there once. I remember one time we went there to do an ad, and the kid was not around. We had to leave.
I wanted to urinate.
Oh no.
We're outside me to ask where's the bathroom that they had attached to the studio, and they never have bathroom. In fact, the guy had to tell me, just go back there. There's a place.
Just find your way, man. I tell you, just find something
like,
away. But let's go to the phone lines. We don't have much time. We'll take our comments. We'll take our comments first, and then after the comments, we'll read. We'll take few calls, and then we'll go from here. So Esther is going to do the comments for us, and then Esther will come back to me to take your call. So let's go to our comment section.
All right, we are at the comment section. We have Jefferson Carter. He says, I'm watching. Thomas Malin says, I'm watching from Folk Mission Community. Thanks for watching, Thomas. We have Parachuter KG. He says, I'm watching from Chicken Soup Factory. Okay. And with David Yinkan. Okay, that's Yinkan. David Yinkan says, good morning, Freedom Family. I am watching from Grand Baza County, Compound 3. Thank you so much for the show, guys. And Daiti Tokba says, good morning, Freedom Family. I'm watching from Omega Community CDC Project. Julia Wowen says, good. He's watching. And Favor Elmore says, hello, my beautiful family people. Smith Melvin Eric says, good morning, guys. Melvin Carter says, she is back in jail. Is a question. I don't know.
I think he was referring to Gloria Moses Carr. That's another issue with Liz, with a lawyer to come and to spend more time on that compassionate leave.
Oppo Mwanabo Nimlen says, good morning, guys. I'm listening live from the world's capital, the city of New York. And he says, I'm enjoying the headlines on those papers. Duarte says, good morning, family, following you from Minnesota. Samuel Rhea says, 226, I don't know what they're trying to do. Escort the former Chief Justice from Central Monrovia to Brewerville.
Yeah.
Another waste of money. Melvin Carter says,
$226,000.
Yeah. Okay. And Melvin Carter again says, Snow is a real political hustler, folks. Augustine Givler says, good morning, Freedom FM. I'm following up from Illinois, USA. Duarte says, Liberia is a joke. Who released a praise
my Illinois partner.
And check their house to see if something was missing from there after being charged for murder. No wonder why nobody takes us serious.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, somebody say the woman already convicted. She was sentenced to jail for life. Then she say she hearing people stealing from her house, so she won't go there. So the government say they're granting her compassionate leave. What kind of one again?
Oh my God.
Joseph Waka really don't have respect for the rule of law. I'm telling you.
Eric McGill says, Esther, good morning to you, my dear LIB sister, watching you from the United States. Good morning to you too, Eric. And Amos Wolo says, following from the office of CEO Patrick Sonin Wolo, Serious Relationship Association
Wolo?
Liberia chapter. Really?
Serious Relationship Association Liberia chapter.
Gay Caesar Divine Grace Bible.
Oh, Amos Wolo, we hear you.
Good morning. I'm following from Matadi Junction. Masa Sonin says, good morning, Freedom FM family, watching you from Claratown community. Tio Tyree says, good morning, my Freedom family. Karen Kuman says, good afternoon, Wendell and Esther. Darling Daku, I'm following the program from my office of Mama Point. Thanks for the great job. Good morning to you too, big brother. And Asu M. Brahma says, I'm watching from a Propo corner in Grand Bassa County, precisely Wazo City Compound 3. And it's Alexa Mobile says, good morning, Freedom FM family. I'm watching from Clay Street. Keep up the great job you guys are doing for Mama Liberia. Eric McGill again says, Wendell, good morning to you there, dear brother, watching you from the United States.
Good morning, Eric.
Says, thank you, sis, for the good work. Eric McGill said, so true, Esther. Opo Mwanabo Nimle. I hope I'm getting it right now.
You're trying small. Opo Mwanabo. Small.
He says the illegal landlords are the ones causing some of these problems. Wake up, land commissioners. And Fire Journal, Sam S says, hi, Freedom FM regular listener following Parker Peen Junction. And Obo Monabo Nimden says land commissioner and the EPA should work out a plan to improve these conditions. Mahuri Chelsea Suarez says, good morning, good afternoon, Wendell and Esther. Thanks for the show. Watching from Congo Town around Nigeria House. The most reasonable government, I think, is now time for them to step in. Julie K. Rambo says, hello, Freedom FM family. Thank you for the great job, Julie K. Rambo. Against
morning to you, Julie.
From the Netherlands. Melvin Carter says, our precious leaders are not enforcing the law. No seriousness. If they enforce, the people will not vote them. Exactly. That's one of their fears. And let's see more. Mary Tule says, good morning. I'm following you from District 13, New Georgia Estate. Famuya M. Fofana says, I'm watching. Melvin Carter says, we had everything in Vonjaman back then. And Team Name Teacher says, I'm watching from my...
Melvin Carter grandfather used to be the LDC director. Basically, when I mentioned Melvin, so I didn't want to mention him here, but his brothers, all of them used to go and collect. Mr. Carter ran that system in Liberia, in Vonjaman district there. So Melvin, I just want to put that out.
Thank you for the information.
And Abraham says Adam to Tarawale. And Roland Gaper says, watching from Grand Cape County, precisely Wedju mine site. And we have Gabe Caesar Divine Bison Journal again says, thanks for the talking points. We Liberians are our own problem in this country. Theo Tyree says, Gus, what you just said is true. The more the population grow in a state, the more roads are built, even the cars. The more cars people buy, they expand the road based on the data they are collecting on how many cars applying that road.
So true.
Most especially the highways. Beatrice Joe says, good morning, guys. Thanks for what you do for Mama Liberia. Beatrice Joe again says she will run away.
Now that Dora Moses she told me she will run away to give her a chance.
I said Gay Caesar Divine Grace Bison Junior said JMB don't care about anything called laws in this country. We are in a serious mess. Fasia Collins Lawrence says, thank you guys for all the information. Henry Bivolgu says, good afternoon, Freedom family, watching from Guinea Conakry. Christiana Elquia says, thanks you guys for your talking points. Keep it on. So far, these are all of the comments we have.
All right, so we have exactly 12 minutes to be here. We can make use to take, within the 10 minutes, we'll use 2 minutes to wrap up and 10 minutes for the calls. So those of you listening, you want to join the conversation, you can call in on the WhatsApp number for those of you outside Liberia. It's +231 86 500 104. The female line is 0770-297-016. And the other numbers are 0776-104-104, 086-500-104. Let me say happy birthday to my friend and brother, Mr. Cletus Twe Noah. Celebrates his birthday today, and I want to say happy birthday to you, Cletus T. Noah. He's the former chief of office staff there in the office of the former minister of the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Samuel D. Twe Jr. Happy birthday to you, CTN. You can take it from all of us here at Freedom, all your friends, and you can also take it from the Noah family and the Cali Man organization of the St. Joseph Parish. We have our first caller from outside Liberia. Let's talk to James family. James, morning and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good afternoon to you guys.
Yeah.
You know, I've been listening to the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Monrovia was built initially for 300,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have 1.5 to 2 million, okay?
Yeah.
The thing is that we need to start thinking about relocating the city, okay?
Do we have the kind of money? Do we have the kind of money for that to relocate the city? Do we have the kind of money?
We can gradually, okay?
Okay.
I wish I would be overnight. All the money Nigeria has, it get it gradually, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, you know, somebody was saying, you know, we can do when you build a city, right?
Mm-hmm.
You also make room for growth. That's why some more is coming now. We build our houses in a Marshall, okay? Now in the central city.
Okay.
That's what happens. And then cost we're talking about cost. I don't know. My people live in Wanyama, Senegal Road. You know Senegal Road.
I know Senegal Road very well, my brother. Yeah,
you know what, barracks. Those that could not get water, we had the pipes. They can't get water.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Across from where we were living in our Kesel.
Yeah, we were living in New Wanyama.
They had a big yard. They had water. But they cross the road, they can't get water from us.
Yeah. Okay, James, we have to ration the call because of time. I think you made a very salient point.
I will get up now. I will get up. Go ahead. I will get up. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's James Famila. He's the one, our friend, the guy who bought the phone for the female callers.
Oh, okay, James.
And he dropped
Thank
our
you
token.
so much.
He also dropped something for us the other day. Yes, sir.
Thank you, James.
I lied yesterday, right? I can't that does not. But when you talk about the mayor walking around with each.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's talk to Duete. Duete, welcome to the show. Duete, are you there?
Good morning,
yeah. Good morning. Welcome. Yeah, you are live. Go ahead. Okay. We can hear you.
It's good to have you.
Okay. Good morning. I'm just. Yes. Good morning to my brother, guys.
Good morning.
Was there.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, this is so sad in this morning. I'm kind of listening to the news this morning. This is so sad. This is heartbreaking. This is the reason why nobody takes Liberia serious.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't understand why, or that's the reason why nobody respects our justice system. Seriously. Who gets charged with murder? Who kills somebody and you charged with murder and you in prison? And then they say the part of the some sympathy, I don't know what.
They call it compassionate leave. Wow.
Yeah, who does that? Who does that? It's just so sickening. Even the culture that we in, this America we in. You're in prison, you don't even see the light of day for that particular crime. You kill somebody and you were charged for that. And then they will take you from there and say, oh, you're going to check your house because somebody, you heard your house was breaking into, so they will allow you to go to your house. Even your mom died or your child died while you're in prison. That's process. It takes process.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes
they don't even allow you. Sometimes they give you the, sometimes they allow you, sometimes they don't even allow you. And for Liberia, it's just so sad when they're, it's just so heartbreaking, seriously.
Oh, no.
And I want to talk on the
oh my God. You can call us back. Let's
What?
see. You can Duarte, you can call us back. We say have some time. We can make use of the 5 minutes. Let's talk to Man CC while we're trying to get. Okay, we'll talk to Man CC. Let's take our overseas caller first. We'll come back to you, Man CC. Just be ringing our phone. Don't move from there. Hello. Hey, Salia, welcome to the show, my dear brother. Welcome. Let's have you in a minute.
Yeah, let me get you the breaking news for we're keeping everything high. It's going nowhere.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, man, we gotta let's continue.
Yeah, let me say hi to Esther and hi to Gus.
Okay.
You know, I listen to people every time saying we need to relocate the city. But you don't even have money to pay for. How you gonna relocate the city?
That's it.
That's a long-term solution. The short-term solution here, winner, is some other ministries and agencies needs to be moved to some other countries. The Ministry of Internal Affairs, what you doing in the city? Ministry of Agriculture, what you doing in the city? Ministry of Fishery, most of the things supposed to be in the various countries. When you send them in the various countries, those who working with them will go there, and the money they got, it will circulate right in that various countries. People will enjoy themselves. More people will be moved. Oh, we got Ministry of Agriculture here. People there plenty. Let me go open my business, yo. And that's when some of all come down and maybe open a gas station on the highway. Because I know there's a ministry here. They need a gas. Somebody gonna drive. They need a gas. But if you just saying, let's relocate city, where you gonna relocate the city? Get the money first to build the one that you already have, improve that one. Then you be looking for where you gonna move that other one later.
Okay.
But I mean, it's just gonna be hard. And I see more Ali them complaining, oh, the civil system. No, more Ali don't complain. Jefferson Koji was there, you were calling it Gucci clown. When he told you the constraint, you said, oh, no, Jefferson Koji lying is a Gucci clown. Okay. He needs to do the work and shut his mouth. So Mo Ali needs to shut it damn up and do the work.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Salia Sony. Let's talk to Lady Yeke, Man CC. Man CC, it's good having you on the show.
Thank you, brother. How you doing? Biggie.
All right, old lady.
Thank you for the record.
Hello, Man CC.
I just for so I want me to take my Allah.
You say you say what thing? What did you say? You say you call for what thing?
I want to call my Allah. I want to beg their people not to support you. So I call my Allah to tell me I need to ask the police. Biggie, who want to drive it? Now I call for that man. I don't know what I get out for that. Happy. When we're carrying out to solve this community uptown, it's still not really get a car. Here, look what's happened. When I found out what came on dollar, so I don't care if I would ask my Allah to help what they want. And when you feel like, oh, I found out, why they tell the country outside now,
okay. All right, so your Allah already heard you. Allah God, your Allah in like says she want you to help her one beggar rest.
Her Allah, how you call it? That's the first time I ever hear her call me Allah. I think her Allah that
No, the woman said that you the one she called.
So Salia is asking how much for a half beggar restaurant. Also, I think he.
All right, Salia Sony wants to know. I think it's in a tune of for $20, right? Yeah. $20, yeah. $20 can do a 25 kg rice.
Right.
Well, let's talk to our brother Aliyu Masale from Maryland, USA. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you, Mr. Nimle. Thank you. Okay, my own issue this morning, it had to do with the Gloria Bususka case. Where they actually, what we see over there, Gloria Bususka will be set free. Like just the beginning there.
But I free also.
Yes, that lady, she's not going back to South Beach. This is the government that respect the rule of law. You see, one of the things the people say, oh yeah, the former government, they didn't respect the rule of law. Joseph Boakai, he respect the rule of law. We saw the first one that happened from the Supreme Court, and this is the second one that coming. Gloria Bususka that going, so she's not going back over there. You see, And the thing they talk about, I think the other caller when family talk about relocating the capital city, they already had Liberia get money, they can do that. See the money they get dishing to those people, I say 20 billion, this and that. All these things when you're dishing all money, you can see why the country is going through. You're giving that money to that people, nothing, they will just send 5 students abroad for scholarship, and that's all. The rest, they do what they want to do. You see, and to Nene Yeke, I really want your number, man. Yeah, I need your number.
Don't worry, I will get her number to you. I will get her number to you.
Okay, and Mr. Dimna will get to you so we can see after your heartbeat. No problem. I will see what I can do today for your heartbeat too.
Oh my God!
I already need your number.
Thank you in advance. I am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Ali, I show my beat today. Thank you so much. That's a boy. Yeah, I show my beat today. So thank you, Aliu Masaleh from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Linda Streets is just joining in. Good morning to you, Linda, too. We can take 2 local calls and then we'll go from here. Let's talk to Rose Baker. Rose, it's good having you on the show. Welcome. Yes, good afternoon, Rose. Let's hear you. We already against time. We're just squeezing in 2 calls, so let's take you quickly.
God reminded me of Vonjama and so I used to go there LPR. I used to go there to see the chapel and pick a rings. They used to have electricity and water running in Vonjama. He in Sosa. My grandfather was the health inspector. So he was talking about Maria, come back to Maria. When I can't even say the truck was to shoot the street. Watch the quota, they don't believe it. They sit around there for all the people there. So when they keep for graduation, so when they keep for funeral, so when they keep for, they're stuck there and they're there for no bathroom, nothing. And all the stuff. What more are you talking for? The only question like that, and you're waiting for them. Who is saying, let's do. So we are doing nothing. The refugee, you're not complete. That's complete. I am a dear, but I thank you for my sister. My sister, I need that.
Okay, thank you. They'll make flower. 2 making flower people. Then let's talk to our last caller. Then we'll go from there. Hello. Yeah, welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. This is Peter Lynn calling from Powhatan.
Yeah, Peter Lynn, you are our very last caller. Let's hear you quickly. Peter Lynn, your line is terrible. I don't know. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I said thanks for your show and thanks for the analysis. You said I'm studying whole government. I talk about coming to production, injustice, and so many other things. What happened is so surprising. This week, this man for the prison. Is it a part of our prison?
I don't know. We asked a lawyer that within the call compassionate leave. All right. I hope A.B. Williams is listening to call and tell us what is compassionate leave, because we don't have legal minds. We can speak to that. So we have to research that, and maybe we can save that other discussion for another day.
All right. And you also tell us this compassionate leave is applied for all prisoners. Because some people don't tell us that people who commit crime, they have better than other people. What is woman of fun? You say, oh, people have done it before and they are in prison. They have no leave for them. Why are you giving the one the opportunity to leave the prison for crime? I mean, this government today, to fight injustice, at the end of the day, you are there, so biased, having yourself, everything.
Thank you very much. And we got to go, folks. We've pressed with time. We can't take any more calls. All right, Lena Streets, we'll get to you, and we will definitely get to you. So let's go to Gus to close up from Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, thank you. Again, great time. I always appreciate it. Everything that we need to do has been done somewhere else. Moving the city is very simple. Again, we're already doing it by people building all these different places like my Barclay and all those other places. Now, all the government has to do is, again, provide the resources to those places. Power lines, so power can be distributed there. Water line, they can produce those water lines all the way in those communities. So then they have new customers. That's how you move the city. The government don't have to do anything physically to say, oh, we're going to build houses for you. No, just provide all of those necessary amenities for people that are building those places to have access to. And then you use that resources that you're getting, to grow the government. You think about it, all of those houses and those fine houses in those places, the people don't live out there. Those places are where you can generate funds. You can ask them to pay their due quotas as taxes and all those things, and you're able to run the government. But again, who are we? We don't know nothing. But we live in the greatest country in the world, and trust me, they know who we are. Have a great day. I can brag about it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Folks will be here tomorrow. God's grace, we will be here tomorrow. And, every Thursday when we come here, we discuss what's on your mind. We will go deeper into this compassionate leave thing to know what is something that, apply to other prisoners. All right. So we will talk to some legal minds to, give us more information on that. Lena Streets, if you are staying there and watching, please check your phone because as Esther just added you, so we'll do the confirmation. Mancisi, I got some good news for you, and I'm going to call you right after the show. So, guys, thank you, and thanks to all of you for watching and listening.